Hey YouTubers, this is Grandma Nan, and I'm a medical marijuana patient. I'm dying before my time. I'm 75 and I'm feeling quite alive at this moment, but there has been moments when I thought I was a goner. But I'm so excited to be here now because I feel really good, and I want to say it's time for a hit. The first hit of the day. Every hit could be the first hit of the day, because those that have gone before have been used up already. And it's time for a fresh hit, like a cup of coffee. Got to take a sip every once in a while. You don't need a whole cup. And while you're at it, say happy birthday to somebody you know having a birthday. Not me, but somebody is, somewhere. I'm just a sipper. Oh, can you hear the rain falling? It's being quite abusive. Very noisy. And the refrigerator's running. God, it runs all the time, sucking that juice right out of the batteries. Good thing we got inverters. You know, we do the solar panel to the batteries, to the inverters, to the toys. What a deal. To live in the country, in the jungle, where it's private, and not pay an electric bill. Of course, we gotta pay for gas for running a generator when the sun doesn't come out for 3-4 days and you run out of juice. You have to spend some gasoline money and turn on the generator. So what's good about it is that you can't really misuse it without knowing it right away, so it doesn't get out of hand. If you've got a $150 a month electric bill and you can't get it paid for 1 month, the next month it's $300. Now that's a heck of a lot of money. I mean, I only get 400 and change in my Social Security check. Thank you, taxpayers, for helping me with something that I believed in and paid in since I was 14. I went detasseling, corn detasseling. I had to have a Social Security card. I think I was 14, and then they wouldn't take me because I was too short. What? Too short? But I had my Social Security card, so now I was on in the system. And that was really cool when I was 14. And so my mother found me a job with the Skaggs, LL Skaggs family. They were bovine people, and they had the Piggly Wiggly markets and the UNESCO drugstores, and they summered in Alexandria, Minnesota, out at the lakes. Let me think if I can remember. Was it Lake Mohamedou or Lake, I don't remember now. Don't you love that? Lake Mohamedou. I can't remember what lake they were on, but my mother found me this job as a maid for the family. They had 2 houses. One was modern, up-to-date, and that's where they lived. And then they had this great, quaint house next door that was all decked out with country, you know, and all the pots and pans hung over the stove, and it was just full of copper and brass and oak, and it was a great house. And the one they lived in was more modern, with fireplaces and cement blocks and probably a lot of sheetrock. Now that I think about it, I hate sheetrock. Anyway, what was I talking about? Getting my Social Security card. Yeah, but that wasn't the subject of my rant today. Um, well, I have to do some research because I want to talk about the volcano flow, but I need to get into the USGS maps and get the latest flow chart. And then I want to talk about the Hawaiian Nation, and but at first I have to read about the Akaka Act and Mazie Hirono and what she's going to do about that. And then, so we could talk about, uh, here's an interesting subject we could talk about in a minute. The bake sales that are going auction for schools and stuff, they're making some heavy duty money doing these bake sale auction kind of things. Sugar's on a rampage again. It sells, and look at everybody go. They're doing the sugar in their marijuana stuff, and they're doing the wherever they want anybody. Put that cocaine in that sugar. Put that sugar in that cocaine. Let's just do cocaine balls with sugar in them. The druggies are out there running amok between the cocaine and the morphine and the opium and the crystal meth and whatever it is, ecstasy and the bath salts and the incense and the, oh my goodness, it's just been a tribunal of abuse to people's bodies, by people, and you wonder, well, why do people want to get high? Why is it they want to get out of there? Even alcohol they think is a high, even low stuff they think is a high. So why do people want to get high? And that's a good question. First of all, you have to realize that people are humans, humans are beings, and these human beings are animals. So we're animals, and we have desires that are normal, natural, and we have these desires. And when somebody says, well, you can't have that desire because it's not right, well, it's not theirs to choose. The desire's already there because Mother Nature put it there. And for some of you who insist, Mother and Father Nature put it there. And for some others, the goddesses put it there. So depending on how you look at things, that's how it is. And you can't fight with Mother Nature. Boys are supposed to fuck, and girls are supposed to have babies, and anything else, we're an animal. So it's like, I'm trying to think of an animal or even an insect that we've heard of that enjoys themselves. Well, I know the bees do. I've seen the carpenter bees roll around in the pollen on the passion flower. You know, the passion flower has an interesting flower. It sits like this, right? The flower sits this way, and then it has a top hat, and all the pollen is in between. So it's like a driving into one of these places that's got covered parking. It's just a fascinating flower, the passion flower. And the carpenter bees love it. They roll around. And all the bees love it, but the carpenter bees are great big guys, right? And the flower can hold them. And they roll around in there until they're totally yellow-orange. And then they try to fly away, and they can barely fly away. But they're so funny. I think I have them on film somewhere. That's the thing about all these wonderful things that happen to you. They're on film somewhere. Yeah, it's tough to keep up with it all, especially when it gets moldy. Paper molds and just disintegrates. My books are just are just dying. Paper dies, and everything dies. It's just incredibly uh, how fast Mother Nature takes it away after she gives it to you when you live in certain areas. Now, the more deserty you're living, the better chance you have of saving things. You're kind of in a humidor kind of a balance to where things last better. You can keep books and you can keep papers and all that. They should always be on the desert side of every island. Oh, I hear somebody in the driveway. What does that mean? Holy cow. What's going on in my driveway? I better go find out. Hey, I'll talk to you later. Love you. Take care of yourself.